Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, the
Hello.
reason I'm laughing is when we click the go live button, I've noticed on YouTube when you go and watch the replay, right? It actually has like 1 second of us like looking very concentrated while we try to hit the go live button, and
Ah.
then the thing starts. So if we
Oh,
want to
really?
be
I
a
never
bit
checked
more
that.
yeah, no, the production value, if we want to level it up a bit more, we need to remove ourselves from the frame before we start messing around with that button.
I
Anyway,
didn't know that. My
no,
impression was you press that button, the video starts, and that is basically the cut-off time the live stream starts.
yeah,
But fix that, whoever a StreamYard. Fix that
yeah, it
StreamYard.
doesn't seem like it these last time I checked. So yeah. Anyway,
How are you doing? Christmassy? Do you
I
feel Christmassy?
it's honestly I am not a huge the kids love Christmas and excited, but it's also stressful. Like they're so excited they can't like it's. And I have sort of just still, not teenagers. They're like 10 and 8, so they still got so excited that they can't really it's
Control the
you can't sit
emotions?
and have a long drawn out Christmas dinner with good food and wine and so because like you want to get to the presents immediately, right? So
Well,
so
it depends if you give them wine, though.
sure, yeah, no, but there's other problems related to that. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Huh. Oh, yeah.
and good afternoon,
Ah,
Tyndale,
crying.
I guess. Yeah. Thanks for hanging with us.
I like that you always call out the names. I like that. And if it's
Yeah.
correct, I pick it up. So you are always, you
Yeah.
walk
Let
into
us know
that
if
trap.
we sing it wrong. Yeah.
I
Trying to
take
do
the
it. Yeah.
fame and you take the blame.
Yes, I am the Dane in Iceland, and I believe Steven is a German in Switzerland. German in
Yeah,
Switzerland.
exactly.
Not
Yes,
not a
exactly.
Germ, German.
I'm a germ, a virus. No, but yes, I'm a German in Switzerland. It's interesting, huh? Danish in Iceland.
We'll meet again in February. How's that?
Ah, Sweet Talk? Are you going?
Sweet Talk? Ah, yeah,
Is
I
it
am
called
going. Yeah,
Sweet Talk? It didn't
Sweet
take
Talk.
me. I wanted to go there. Ah, these on later or with Jeff at Sweet Talk. You see? You see? You see?
Uh, yeah.
They didn't
Oh,
want me.
absolutely. Cool. Me too. I'm very excited. I had a very good time at Sweet Talk last year. So, speaker hospitality is second to none. So yeah, absolutely. That'll be awesome. So yeah,
So yeah, exactly, we were staying at giving kids alcohol to make them.
yeah. So
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well,
I
I guess it's
I
working.
yeah, I don't know. My wife would have
A second opinion
things
on
to
this
say.
one.
Yeah, exactly. That would be
Ah.
so.
Ah.
Anyway, we've been away for I want to say 4 weeks.
To be honest, I have no idea. Time is
Yeah.
flying a lot. It's
We had
already end of
we
the
had
year.
a good
I know.
good streaming streak. Yeah.
Yes. Like, I'm not even sure. I have to check. So, in the middle of the year, somewhere around July or June, we had a really good
Mm-hmm.
streak of, I guess, 6 or 7 streams in a row. Or
Mm-hmm.
so, I think. And I am not sure, like 3 weeks ago, we had also quite an impressive streak, but I'm not sure if we cracked our record. Not,
Oh
not, not
yeah,
sure.
I think we did. But yeah, then I had to travel for work, and then you had to
And then
do
I,
things and family stuff and all of that. And all of a sudden, now it's the week just before Christmas.
oh, Angular Blazor. Comparative guide to key features and functionalities.
Ah, cool.
If not, then ignore.
Yeah, yeah. We can't click the link because the StreamYard thing. I can click it, but then it shows you that, so we can't actually select the text and actually copy paste it and share it with the viewers.
I'm
But yeah, go and check that out. So and if you are in Sweden, Stockholm area, or just want to visit Stockholm in February, come and hang out. It's a really great conference. Not too many people, I think about 1,000 or so last year. So it's still, it's like you don't get overloaded impression wise with too many people. So, but yeah, excellent. Yeah.
But I could send
Definitely,
it to
we will
you.
be having
I can-
beer and food, Eric. Absolutely.
So what works is if you go to the comment section, use your developer tools, and find the span with the text.
Oh
Just
man,
saying.
I'm too lazy. Yeah, you're probably right. I could also
No,
open
no,
up because Findel or Eric is coming in from Twitch.
can also send it. Wait, I
Twitch
send it.
chat, and there we can go and copy paste it out. Anyway, yes, we haven't been able to stream for a couple of weeks. I think we will squeeze this one in before Christmas. Maybe I will do one next Friday. Maybe Scott, our other co-maintainer on bUnit, will join us. It's very early morning for him right now in the States, so we don't always have him on stream. Or maybe I just have too much work just before Christmas, so I can't find time. That's also how it goes sometimes.
Let's
Oh,
go out with a bang.
yeah, very important. First professional
nice.
Blazor project. So yeah, awesome. Sounds good. Tell us about it.
I envy you. I still do this only privately. I don't have any. I mean, I'm pushing. Not pushing, but for my current client, it might be something because they have a lot of backend developers where this might be more suited than, I don't know, Angular, React, Vue, whatnot. But yeah.
Yeah.
Still, I do
there
Angular.
were that whole. I don't know if you saw that. There was a discussion I'm blanking on his name. Nick Chapsas had with Daniel Roth.
Yeah.
On YouTube a few
days ago.
A few days ago, yeah. And that came out of him posting a video that was sort of a follow-up to another person who posted a video. And I actually commented on that, the sort of original poster's video on, if is Blazor a good thing? And I think many of his points were, well, actually, I don't know. Let's go on a tangent. I'm going to YouTube. Hang on, folks. I want to share that because I don't know. People probably don't care really about my opinions, but you're gonna get them anyway. So that's how it goes.
Take the salt.
Yeah.
I don't have salt here. It's almost empty. I'm an idiot.
So how do I guess. Yeah.
I'm here for your guys' opinion. I like that. I'm not sure how much weight you should give on our opinion.
How can I go? No, that's
almost
not the one.
Is it about
how
shoes?
can I navigate to a comment? So
I do not know.
Yeah. How can I want to see the whole thing. Okay. Let's just do the I think I
Hello
had Zoom
back,
it set up.
Scott. Hello back.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah, this is one way of dealing with it. I like it.
Yeah. So his take was he's been counting how many times in this video. Oh, I can go to it. Yeah. So I'm not gonna play it. I think it's a bit of a
Don't give him the ad revenue.
no. So he does have some points, right? But a lot of it is also a bit of what? Where did the comments go?
Outdated. No. Up.
Here we go.
There's a quick shortcut where you can go.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I see. So basically, I'm saying I'm honestly cautious optimistic about Blazor. Yes, there's a lot of stuff. There were not a lot of stuff in .NET 9 for Blazor. I consider this a fix a bunch of stuff under the hood release. So if you go back to .NET 8, it was, as I'm saying, basically it's a massive release. Like there was lots of things, and some of them were half-baked, right? But he's basically saying, I think his message was, hey, don't really... he thinks Blazor is going away. It's getting killed, and don't build stuff on top of Blazor. And and there is that point that Microsoft hasn't really been using Blazor a lot on public-facing projects. They have a whole bunch of stuff they're doing internally. Like there's a whole bunch of line of business applications, and that's what I've been using at work as well for small line of business applications, where Blazor is super effective, and we don't have a full UI front-end React, whatever, pick your UI framework team that is just doing that. And for line of business applications where you have a I use Blazor Server quite a bit because you don't even need to create an API. You have direct access to your data stores and whatever you want to do directly. Anyway, so that's sort of my take. But there is a signal value in it that Microsoft isn't using Blazor a lot for a lot of public-facing stuff, right? But basically, what I say is Blazor is the default web framework for .NET since .NET 8, pushing Razor pages and ASP MVC away from the top spot, even if you just want static rendered pages, right? And they don't have any alternative web UI framework in the pipeline. So I don't see Blazor going away. That was sort of one concern. And then he points out that
Aspire is using Blazor. So yes, that's not the biggest application. I'm absolutely aware of that. But at least Microsoft starts to build stuff on top of Blazor. So
sure, absolutely. And then he points out that the Office apps, web apps, the Xbox apps, and all other, used by many, many people, the Bing front landing page is not written in Blazor, and they probably existed way before Blazor was even production ready. So I don't see it as a surprise, and that's also what I write here. I don't see a surprise that they haven't been rewritten. Like they have probably quite massive UI development teams that are just building those apps. You don't want to say to all those people, hey, drop all that React knowledge you have and go build in Blazor, right? Even if we think Blazor is great for what it is, and they could probably build very excellent applications in that, that's like, it doesn't make sense. You don't do a rewrite of something that works.
Blazor's inauguration on server is .NET Core 2.1, and Blazor Wasm was then 3.1, so we're talking 2017, 2018. It's fairly new if you...
No, it's even later than that. Blazor Server was released in 2020, production-rated GA. Blazor WebAssembly was later than that, 2021, I believe. So, and again, it doesn't make sense for them to force them into that. And then his other thing, he was like the grandfather of Blazor, Steven Sanderson, didn't do any Blazor talks this time around. And he's been working on AI and other things in the background. He was also using a bunch of WASI work the year before that. I don't see that as a problem. People move around between projects. He's been doing that for 7 or 8 years now, so it makes sense that he's not doing that.
It's just another tool. So it doesn't mean it's you should use Blazor everywhere. No, it's just if it fits your needs, So
yeah. And then Daniel Roth in the video he did with I'll post this here in chat so people can go check it out if they want. But the discussion Daniel Roth had with Nick Chapsas came about because he actually calls out Nick Chapsas a bit and says that Nick Chapsas actually posted a video but then got pulled it down. Right, so, hang on. Need to help my daughter with something. 1 second.
I need a YouTube. Wait, maybe I can. I can just show it. That's the same problem we have with the comments. Yeah. For the future reference, I need those thingies as a private chat comment, so I can click on the link. Now I have to find. Wait. If he's gone for a while, I will take over. So yes, I know Nick Chapsas made a video about Blazor some time ago. Nick Chapsas, let me take over. Oh God, let me find this. Here, I'm worried about Blazor. It's the title. So, let me take over le screen button. Present. So. Exactly. So the inner video is his original one, and then he was reacting on top of that. I probably can also put this later in. This would be this one, and then he made the follow-up video here. Why don't you use Blazor with Dan Roth? That is 4 days ago. So not so long ago. I do not know. Oh wait, here hide. It seems like Egil knows the full history a bit better, so I wasn't aware that he took down the original video. That was absolutely new to me, and I'm not even sure from... Wait here, Blazor, I'm worried about Blazor. I'm not even sure from when his original video was. Hey, he's back, maybe he can answer those questions.
Hey!
Hello, hello, hello.
So yeah,
Um,
my daughter apparently spilled all her, drinking contents of her drinking bottle into her school bag. So yeah, those are the kind of
nice.
situations you have to manage sometimes. Anyway,
I
yeah, go
quickly
ahead.
took over the screen. You can take over once
Excellent,
again. So we have
excellent. Yeah,
full. I just found the newer version of his video.
yeah,
That would be this one.
yeah.
I wasn't
That's the
aware
old one.
that
Yeah.
the yeah, exactly. I wasn't aware that he took down the old version. I didn't know that.
So he says in that video he took it down because he was a bit younger, and he people were criticizing him in the comments, so he felt like pressure to take it down.
Okay.
I don't I don't think that his take were particularly bad then, and still isn't. And I do like that Daniel Ruff jumped on the screen and tried to sort of explain it from their point of view. But I like Microsoft doesn't have an alternative to Blazor right now. So people that are worried about this being another, there's a lot of unfounded. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of unfounded worries going around. So anyway, I don't know how we got how we got into this. Anyway, maybe we should just talk about bUnit instead. But yeah,
These fastest mediator is a solution to everything phase.
yeah. Well, it's the hammer, right?
Isn't it?
So, yeah.
Isn't it? Oh. What did you do? Bye.
Yeah, something
back
just fell
to-
off my shelf over here in the corner. Anyway, it's a Steven show now. Yeah, no,
So-
honestly, Nick's a good guy. I enjoy his company a lot when we meet up at conferences. So nothing bad there. And I think we all grow and our opinions adjust over time and change. So I think
Which is good, It means
yeah,
also you reflect on yourself, which is absolutely fair.
Absolutely.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
from YouTube back to how did you call it pre-stream? Only devs. So we should maybe recall ourselves only devs. I like that very much.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
imagine
sure.
the viewer count. Just just that. It's just enormous. But what did we do 3 or 4 weeks ago? I think it was .NET 9 stuff.
I think I have it here actually. I'm trying to look at the feed and see what we've been doing. If I just filter by active branch only.
It was.
Branch. Oh, I was already on that one. Oh yeah, because it's just so I'm trying to see. So you since and let me.
15th November was our last stream.
Where is my zoom in? Here we go. So yeah, basically what we're doing is it turned out that the last thing we needed to add support for.
I also by the way, don't know what I did last Monday. That is partially. I mean, I know where I was and stuff, but it's partially concerning. I like that. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
About getting older. All right. So yes, what we were doing, we were adding the last feature we needed for bUnit to be fully compatible with all the new goodness. Well, it turns out there was not a lot of things we needed to do to make it compatible with .NET 9. And one of the last things was to enable people to test and control renderer info during testing and renderer and enable render mode sort of simulation again during testing. So you don't really change the render mode. And that's one of the comments I had because you were kind enough since the last stream to actually go and write some docs for the changes we have. And one of the things I think we want to highlight in the docs is that you are not changing the render mode, but you're simulating a different render mode because you can now write code in your Blazor components that make them change that behavior depending on if you are in static server side or you are active. What's it called interactive mode, interactive server, interactive client, or if you are running in what's called a web view, right? So you have all those options. Now, And then before we got into stream, I was playing around. So you can see here, now I'm using my mouse wheel to scroll up and down, and that changes the zoom down here, right? But if I click Control Plus, it zooms in and out, but it doesn't change the zoom. So that was what I got distracted by while we were getting ready to stream. So there's apparently two zooms now. This zoom that is set in percentages down here. This one.
And you have a third zoom, which is your Microsoft Power
I have
toy.
a third zoom, and then so I am usually, I would say, put it at 200% because then it's readable even if people are watching on mobile. But now I'm not sure if
Let me put ourselves to the bottom right corner, so there is more screen for you.
So I would need our dear audience to tell us if this is zoomed enough for you guys, because my usual point of reference doesn't work apparently anymore.
I can.
So yeah,
unfortunately I use my phone for camera, so that flat.
you can't check. Yeah.
Then I have a rather big monitor, so that's also not a good reference point.
Yeah.
So yeah, please let us know if this is too small in any dimension, then we can just increase it.
Yeah. In one of the many multiverses, if it's too. Actually, I want to open in VS Code because we're doing docs, and docs Markdown is easier to work with in VS Code, I believe. So yeah, let's go out of the source and let's just critique what you've been doing.
Seems okay, so that's perfect. Thank you very much.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that's what we need to hear. Now, let's just jump back here and see. What did you do? You changed.
Maybe.
Hang on, daughter back again for more info. One second.
Yes. Now I'm under pressure, like this famous song from Queen, and I'm looking what I did because I did multiple things at once. There was this set render remote info thingy. Let me present again. Share screen. I should have a video prepared so you can share videos, and I like that very much. Okay, that is a bit too small. Let me put this on 150. Boop, 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 boop. Pull request, I guess. No, not this one. Set. Yeah, exactly this one. Additionally, what I did off stream, so last stream 4 weeks ago, is on the test context. Where is it? Test context. So here's the test context base. And normally we expose almost all methods via the test context and test context base, because otherwise you would have to call inside the test renderer.set render info, or alternatively, if you use not inheritance, you have like your context.renderer.set render info. And the discoverability is just not great. So you can just call it like that, because otherwise it's just a bit painful. That's what I did, and I'm not sure if I did anything else. Let me go back. That's why we have commits. And as far as I know, I don't. Here, update docs. Just update docs. The table of contents was broken. Okay, perfect. He's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Egil is back. Tell a friend.
Yeah. It's a whole thing with wetback and friends don't want to play and can I come home and yeah. So actually, Stephen, why don't we let you be the driver, because I'm apparently not free of interruptions today. So I will let you do the
docs. You know what?
Yeah, you take the lead. I will be the co-pilot this time. Oh well, co-pilot, co-driver.
New adoptions. Why we have this? I want to use it a bit more. Oh, damn it! Wrong branch, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So let that thing be started in the background. I think you can somehow zoom in here. Zoom.
Yes, it's. I think it's just the usual zoom on a web page zoom functionality you're looking for.
Appearance? Yeah.
No. Just do Control Plus like you are zooming on a web page. It's.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So. Just a small heads up, what I did is, in the last 2 comments, besides the documentation we can go through in an instant, the other thing I did is, here, I exposed the set renderer info on the test context base just for discoverability reasons. So because we do this all the time, and I hope we concluded 4 weeks ago that we want to do this. I did this. So if you want to write this,
I thought so.
Yeah,
Oh
okay,
yeah,
perfect.
Oh no, actually, we want to. There's one more we need to update it on because we have that version that if you are on what's it called in-unit or MS test. Yeah, I don't know. We can all hope, right? It might be more coherent. No, yeah. So there's the. No, it might be that. Is it that method you talk like the type test context base? Is that the one that users using in-unit will inherit from? Is that the one?
Oh, didn't we drop?
Do you
that?
remember we have that wrapper?
I thought we
something.
dropped that. Didn't we? Oh, we dropped
not
it
in
for
V1.
V2.
I'm fairly
Yeah,
certain
for
it's
obvious
only in-
reasons. Yeah, well, I can promise you that there is a donkey which didn't update that method.
No, it's fine. It's.
I didn't say it was me.
No, yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm saying it's fine, Stephen. We can do it now.
I had to cough. Oh boy. Okay, let's go. Everything is up to date. Yes, I want to say like here tasks or run tasks. Just for people who have never or who may want to contribute to bUnit, this is a dev container. You have to do absolutely nothing. Everything runs in the cloud. You have up to 120 hours per month of CPU time. Well, effectively it's 60 because it's divided by 2 depending on the course and blah, 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 blah. But what I want to do is you can say like you run all tests. You can serve the docs, the documentation, not, bark. So you don't need any local setup, and I just want to do this right now. But obviously, what I also want to do is then adding this new method for the wrapper. How was it called? It was just literally called test context wrapper.
I think it's under. It's not test context base, but I think it's called
context wrapper.
Yeah, wrapper. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's put this down here. That gal. And you are absolutely right. We have to expose it here as well.
Yeah, and the reason why we have that is because by default, if you're working with XUnit, you can just inherit, your test class can just inherit from the bUnit test context. And because in XUnit, every time a test starts, the class gets instantiated, and when a test finishes, it gets disposed. Now, for in-unit and MS test, that's not the default. So there you have the before run, after run, set up, what is it called, build up and tear down methods that you need to use to clean up your things under while you're doing that, and to make that sort of to be able to support the same patterns as we have for XUnit, like recommended basically that you dispose of your bUnit test context and you only use one per test, then we've included this this wrapper that you can use, and it'll basically have the same methods, but there it has additional abstract method that allows you to sort of use them in the in-unit MS test way. And still sort of achieve the end result that we recommend you do. So,
maybe I shouldn't use the cloud instance if I'm too stupid to learn shortcuts. That would be something. So I just want to check render info. Somehow, even though I have C# devgit installed, it doesn't really. No, maybe it just takes a very, very long while to update. I wanted to check here test. No,
so
it really takes
you
a while.
you did get to choose 8 cores, right? But it didn't say how fast the course would be. So
it's just. Do you think it's just 8 Raspberry Pis, sequentially?
yeah. I don't know how much. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it does look about right what you're doing. I think it was building
yeah,
while you were changing things.
Yeah, but that's on me. That's absolutely on me.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, but we updated a beautiful thing here. It is there, and the cool thing about the extension here, the code space or dev container, I do not know really how you call it. I have no AI. You know, I'm literally on my own. You can see me sweating, typing in keywords which are not auto completed by an AI.
Are you sure it doesn't have Copilot extension
No,
installed?
you can install it. You can, but I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. It's by choice then.
Yes. So, if
yeah,
thank you.
I'm just gonna move us over. Yeah, so we can see the progress.
On my screen, it looks like I'm looking here at this .NET 9 branch name. It looks cute. Huh? Yeah, so this compiles a while. It takes really a while, even on the dev container. But as you said, no one said how strong the single CPU cores you are getting.
Yeah. So can we just go to the two documents? We can maybe start just reading them from the maybe from the dev container, I probably just in VS Code. It might be easier to read it there.
Yeah, but I may or may not wanna have the name. Let's move this down. Let's close this. Let's say here preview Hey,
there's actually an icon, a button for it over in the right side.
You mean this one?
Yeah, the other one. No, that's split. Take the 1, 2 to the left. From the one you clicked. There you go. And then you can collapse a bunch of panes. Sorry. So you're saying support for render modes and the renderer info. It seems like we are.
You can also put the name of the type there. I found this a bit weird.
Yeah, I probably wanna. So this is going to be two non-native speaking folks trying to correct the English grammar.
Each other's English. Nice.
Yeah. So I probably want to remove the. So it just says.
Wait. Oh, look. I even added a lot of white space here.
Yeah.
Huh? It's not here.
So you don't have it. No, you don't. You have it in the headline, just line 6.
Stupid.
There you go.
Yeah. See, I did right.
Be kind to yourself, man. Be kind to yourself.
Nah.
And maybe actually write renderer info. Yeah. Do we want to have it as the type? So it's capital R and then.
But then I would make it like this. So you really know. I mean, then you know it's a type.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. So render modes in Blazor web apps determine the hosting model and interactivity of components.
Is it now one line? Is it 11 line? I call you one line because I like that more. This might not be acceptable to. Yeah, we could use an LLM.
Yeah, one line. Well, actually, let's
all of the above. I like that.
You can call me what you want. So yeah, do we want to open ChatGPT and use some of that magic, or do you have another preferred one?
Let me push this thing here and use my local one. Is this fine for you? You know what? I am out of ideas. That is absolutely fine. So no. Did you amend this? You should amend this. Well, that worked quite well. Okay, you know what? That's why I like the commit me. Yeah. What is your problem? You don't know such a. But you should just amend that thing. I wrote that correctly, didn't I?
I think so. Yeah.
Or is it here? No message. I do have to make a message.
But you have an existing one, right? When you're amending, you are changing the.
No, I want to have the old one, but you know what? Squash me. Oh.
Yeah. We'll deal with that afterwards.
It did.
It already done.
I squashed that locally. It's just fine for
but
you.
you basically want to force push. Yep, exactly.
Let me. Where's bUnit? It's not bUnit, but that's a good starting point. Yeah, I know it's super small. It's super small. I will make it bigger in a second. Here. You see, I even used something.
Mm.
I'm not sure what I used though. Anyhow. Zoom in is control. What is that for? It doesn't work. Oh, it works. I hope. Is this roughly the size or a bit bigger? You're gone already. Oh, I thought you could be my reference point for how big is the screen. Anyhow, then let's.
Speaking of interruptions, my son just came home, so he wanted the keys to the house.
Is this big enough? I can make it a bit bigger.
But I'm also on a 49-inch screen, so I think it's fine.
Look
I think
at
it's
this.
fine.
Look at
Yes. Okay.
Amazing.
You want to ask Copilot to do its thing?
Okay. What do we... Should we already start with a title? Are we that desperate?
No. So, actually, let me just read through it and see if there's content-wise things I think we need to add to the text, and then we can always have it fix it up later. So render modes in Blazor web apps determine the hosting model and interactivity of components. The render modes, for example, can be applied to a component using the add render mode directive. The renderer info allows the application to determine the interactivity and location of the component. For more details, yada. Okay, so I think that's fine. We might... let me read the rest of it. Okay, so setting the render mode for component on test. Setting the render mode can be done via, and we have that reference, the set assigned render mode method takes component render mode object as a parameter. Normally this is done. This is one of the following. And then you have a tip for ease of use. Strictly speaking, this feature is a bit. I don't think we need to have that note. Strictly speaking, this because I think
no reason to explain. It's absolutely fine. For
this method emulates the behavior of the add render mode in a test environment. Following example shows how to set the render mode for a component under test. And then we have set assigned render mode during testing. How I guess if people want to, have we actually tested that? What if, like, this is the C# version, right? But what if you want to use the render method to render a component using a razor fragment? Do you then just include and add render mode inside the razor fragment you are asking it to render out?
That's a good question.
Obviously, you would say, in this particular, you would say render, and then you have my component, and then on that component, you would say add render mode, right? Use the directive, yeah. So
you can also point
probably,
this out in the docs.
I think you need to show the example. Right. So create an example where you show it either using the render component method or the
Now you lost me. What you mean with the render component? I thought you mean the component itself.
No. So I mean, you have an example with razor code here, but I want to have another example where we don't use the render component method, but we use the render method and pass in a render fragment.
How do we call this? It's not. I mean, render fragment is just a bad name. I feel like.
Yeah. No, but this is a render fragment you're passing in. Or if you, no, just you could so I think the render component method takes a component parameter, like it takes a builder. It's basically following the builder pattern. The other one is passing in render fragment. We probably want to actually test out that it works, though.
But let's write this one. The only thing you want is basically, I can just copy paste this to the bigger degree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then say here. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Also delete that
optional,
part.
but okay, I would have kept it. So just
no, if I want to make it explicit, that is different, right? So
and then you do add my hey.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey. I like that. Okay. Didn't we have the option to toggle between? Oh God. How do we do
yes,
that?
we do. Yes, we do. Yeah. So that is an example in other places in the code. Like most other documents actually show both the one version and the other one.
Yeah, this one. But it always shows it with.
No. That's just referencing content. But you.
Yeah, I know.
Would,
but this one here, is it?
No, that's not it. Scroll further down or find maybe parameter parsing document. So it's not in that one. Like it's not one of those. You have to go into the parameter parsing document, for example.
Where is that? Parsing, providing input, probably, huh?
Yeah. So if you, so that's like the 3 stars. So you can see if you scroll up a little bit.
This one.
No, hang on. Oh man, it's been a while. It's absolutely right. So scroll, so you can see it starts by that. That's the end of it. So that is the end of the tab section. But then you have the start that it says it's like a headline, that one, and then it has that syntax for a different tab. So basically, you want to copy that bit, put it in at the top. There we go, and then you have another one, which is the next start of the next tab, and then you end with the 3 stars, I believe.
Like that.
Yeah.
You will see in a second.
And actually, can we change the code of the top one to not be in a razor component?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that would be like public sum. You don't even need to have that part in. We don't do that in other places. We just have the C# method without the add code in front of it. So just with the fact, right, on top of it. There you go. Yeah. And maybe just close the method out. So do like an end curly bracket and then just have, a comment with a few, yeah, exactly. There you go. Maybe add some white space there. And I think just for readability, add the dot set assigned render mode to a new line and indent it a bit. No. Keep the PS up on the next line. No. Keep the PS arrow PS and then move the dot to the new line. I think that's what they were using in other places. Yeah, there we go.
Looks like a crime.
I don't know. I might be misremembering. If you want to go to bUnit.dev and check and see what we're doing, just with the rendered output, I think that's the syntax style we've been using. So for consistency, I might be remembering wrong though.
Yeah, maybe not this one.
Yeah, go to parameter value. There's usually some examples further down.
You're right.
Yeah, I am a criminal apparently. So
no, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's not that bad to be honest. If I would have link calls Jane, I would do the same. So yeah, I'm just kidding. Let's go back. Yeah, who cares? Let's go. Yeah. Okay, the same I would say here. Should we drop this one as well?
Yeah, no, just keep it there just because it's obvious. Maybe remove the white line on line 37.
37.
Yes.
Is Steven a delegate employee? Maybe soon. No, I'm not.
Nope.
Steven is an employee of Steven, so I am freelancer contractor.
and contributor to bUnit, so
And
which is
that.
the most important job you have, right?
The rest you
that
should
earns you all
drop.
the money. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So no,
My boss,
Steve,
which
yeah,
is on stream,
exactly.
I cannot talk ill of him right now. He's very kind.
No. Exactly. Yeah. Steven has graciously decided to help out with bUnit and keeping it up to date and
Keeping you busy.
helping out quite a bit. So yeah, no, there's no work affiliation besides the open source parts for us. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So can we scroll up a bit more again? I think. Let's see.
Should I go to the rendered one? Maybe that's easier to
Sure.
read.
Why not? Yeah. So the method emulates the behavior. Yeah. So this method we're referring back to set assigned render mode. So maybe we say setting the render mode can be done via the yada yada method, or when writing tests in C# files. I don't know, and then or
Wait, you mean
by
here?
pass. Yeah, or by using the add render mode directive on the component under test in a render fragment.
That should be this one.
Yeah.
Setting render mode can be done via used in. I don't want to call it mode. How do we call that?
When writing tests in C#. In C#. Yeah, so it's been a while since I wrote all the other docs, but I kind of think like I'm distinguishing between writing them in.
Yeah, you call it also here tab always C# and Razor. So let's stick to that notion.
In a C# file, when writing test in a C# file, because it's literally what like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to explicitly? Okay.
No, so I think somewhere further down we would say and then before you have that, this maybe move the I think I want to change the whole sentence about this method emulates the behavior of render mode directive in test environment, and just let's add something about. Keyboard doesn't work from here. No, so I think we want to write something. If you're writing tests in Razor files, you can use the add render mode directive directly in the render fragment you pass. Yes, but that so the thing is that will be shown
only when you click
the
on
tab.
It.
Yeah. So that would be weird that the text above is still included for the. So basically, just add another sentence there and say, see the examples below. And then we want to move that sentence you have about emulating, moving that below the two tabs, between the two examples, and and maybe making it using the information or like highlighting, saying, you have to be aware that we're actually not changing the render mode. Like we're not all of a sudden going to the browser just because you're saying you want interactive server or interactive client, right? We're still just in bUnit, but we are simulating it so that the components can use that.
But isn't that exactly this one? We're not simulating, we're emulating.
Yeah, emulating. Yeah. I think I just want to move it below. I don't know if that makes sense.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
And it's more the text of this method because it's not like setting the render mode, something like setting the render mode during a bUnit test, like doesn't change the actual render mode. It just changes what is being reported to the components, so that you can test out the different. I'll set it up so you can write.
Nah, will not change. Nah, the behavior.
The rendering of the component under test. Yeah, no, but so it does not change the rendering of the component under test.
Change It depends what you define as rendering. It will do that because the markup is different.
Yeah.
If I have an add if directive, which I check if something is interactive or not, and only then, for example, I show a button, well, the markup will be changed. The rendering is affected. So this sentence is not really true.
No, but yeah, so I think we want to make sure that it's more clear what we're trying to do. We're trying to say that it's still bUnit that's rendering, and there's no, like, so maybe, like, we make it explicit saying, like, setting this only changes the render mode being reported to the component under test. It doesn't change how the something like that. Setting the render mode only changes the
no, reported.
The reported. No, I think that's probably fine. Reported render mode. And how is it that a component can detect what render mode? Like there's two properties they can have. They can, in a component on test, you can. Maybe it's actually easier to explain if we have, like, instead of just saying my component, we actually have a component in the example that shows.
But wait. Before we continue, what would be the difference if you set the render mode to, for example, is interactive false, and your component checks that with an if clause and then does nothing to the real browser, to the real bUnit? What is the difference?
To the real bUnit?
No, to the real Blazor, sorry. to what Blazor does during rendering.
Will the real Blazor please stand up? So I think if you do that check, and I think some of the examples we've seen is when you do that check, you do that because you want to have your component do something different. Like if it's interactive, then you render a form that automatically binds data. If it's not interactive, you do a form that supports post back to an URL, right? So I think to be able to explain this to the user, we want to show the example component, and maybe we can take the example component actually from Microsoft documentation because they have sort of an example.
That's where I took it from. That's why
I see. Yeah.
So what is a bit of a different thing, and come on, and I give you that. For example, if you would set the render mode to something not interactive, you can still call on click. I'm totally with you on this one. There would be a difference. So just setting this one, the set assigned render mode to nothing interactive, you can still click on it and it would behave the same way. But if you have checks which explicitly go into this direction of, hey, how is my render mode? Well, virtually, yeah, exactly something like that. It behaves like you would expect in a browser. There shouldn't be a difference. That's why we're doing this. If so, we have a gap we should close.
No, so I'm not sure if I understand what you mean. If it's different in the browser or not.
So this one, if you set something in the test where the render mode is interactive is false, so you will just not go in here, so your markup will have no button. Yeah, fair. Exactly. So this will behave in bUnit the same as it behaves in your browser.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Good. But what I wanna, so my point is, I wanna, because I know the question is gonna come. Like, so people will say, if I set render mode interactive WebAssembly, will it basically be running in a browser using Playwright or something? Like, I want to make sure people don't think that is what's happening. But I also think it's very useful to have an example, but we can simplify our example. We can just say, basically, like we have in our small test case, we have a p tag saying assigned render mode where we access the add assigned render mode and just print it out. And then we can just tell, show that as an example saying, if you set this, then that will be printed. If you set that, then that will be printed. So people can, hopefully connect the dots themselves, right?
So
or you can use something like this.
The example I took was this one.
Yeah. But
this is what I stole.
Yes, but that's one part of it. The other part is accessing the add assigned render, the assigned render mode property that is on component base as well, right? Assigned render mode. There you go. So
should copy that thing.
yeah, because I think we are talking about assigned render or render
No,
mode
this is
right
just
now.
renderer info.
Yeah, you want to
Oh,
split
wait,
it out into 2 different sections.
Oh, yeah, this is already. Wait, where
Yeah,
are we?
yeah.
Are...
Yeah,
you're
we
right.
are there.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Currently, we are at set assigned render mode, and the renderer
yeah.
info is its own section down here.
Yes.
Here.
So I think for the example we have up there, before we show the tests, let's have
should make a
a
component,
sample component above, just between the. So basically, for example, and then here's a test of a component, and we can give it a pretty name, and then we can, yeah.
This is fine. Wait. So, well, let's just. Movie component.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do they disable this button? No, this is not disabled button. The other one is.
Yeah, they simply don't render out. It's like it's if it's you don't set a render mode, then it's. And I think we default. Do we default it to be null?
Yeah.
Yes. So if
It's
you
a
don't
default
set it,
from Blazor, and
Yes,
our renderer
exactly.
doesn't set anything explicitly, which is good.
no, yeah. So what would happen if they don't set? So basically, what we can write out, maybe as a comment in the test, or as So basically, you can also write the following example shows something. You can say, well, if we want to test, basically, you could even have 2 examples of tests, like in the C# and in the example. So 2 facts, basically, this is a test where render mode is null, not set, and then that would render out the one part, and then you have a test just below that has it set. So, and actually, what you could just to make it super explicit, include the assertion, right? Include the assertion in the example, saying, hey, in this case, markup matches will include this bit, otherwise it will include the other bit, right? So we have 2 tests.
Oh, well, that is not that bad. It is not that bad. No, it's correct. Title filter. Well, we don't
No,
have it.
if it's not, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Well, it's not correct. Yeah, we don't have a title filter, so right now that would be even true.
Yeah, no, but it's a bind, so it doesn't show that. But it might have other attributes, right? It will have, like the input
The type
button will have.
it will have.
The type. So, yeah. You can add the diff ignore attributes property to it. Yeah, no, you want to say diff ignore attributes. You want to have the element there, but not so attributes with a capital A. Well, it doesn't matter actually; it's case insensitive. So ignore attributes. So now it's ignoring the entire element, but we want to say diff ignore attributes. So we just test whether
How is
there's
it
an
written?
input element.
Like
Attributes in with just no space, just ignore attributes. Yes, there you go.
good.
Mm-hmm. Maybe capital A in attribute, just to make it readability a bit better, but it doesn't matter. And then you have an example, the same test, maybe, yeah, where you basically copy paste the test, but have the same test with static rendering test, something like that.
There was static rendering here. Up here is static rendering.
No, that's interactive mode, interactive server.
Wait, non-interactive. What did I write?
Yeah.
Damn it! You see, good that we talked about it.
Exactly, yeah.
Test for static rendering. Yeah, I know it's not a very good name.
No, it's not static. It's interactive server.
I outsmarted myself twice.
Come on, Steven.
14. Oh, boy,
I know
it's so test for interactivity.
Yeah. Yeah. You can actually, instead of calling it test for interactive, just call it interactive server. Like when test for is redundant, and just remove the test for. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. People will understand. And if we have a range, we should have maybe have
well,
a
that is an
comment
act
called.
editor.
Yeah,
It is
just
an act.
you can
That's
you can
not even
show
true.
yeah, and then assert, and then we don't do any, like, you don't set a render mode. You just you can pass null in just to be explicit, but I probably want to maybe add a comment saying this is the same as passing in null.
Implicitly. Oh.
Yeah, you can just write a line below where you do var cut render mode and just say have set render mode, like copy paste the one above and just pass in null. So just say this is the same as doing. So just copy the full text.
You mean both here?
Yeah. Just put them there and and then say it will just be null, right? Because people might render once and then they might have changed the render mode. So you add and then maybe add a new line above and just say this is the same as, and then exactly. There you go.
Wow.
Okay. And now you can copy paste the form from up above. And you don't need the double escapes because it's.
No, that's the C# test.
Oh yeah, you're actually let's use raw string literals instead, so you don't need the escapes.
Oh. Does that work here?
It does. Oh,
would
you need to
think
fix it up though. Oh yeah, I think it's fine actually to have it out there.
What you mean?
I mean the indentation.
Yeah, we can also put it a bit on a new line and put it in as you wish. So
exactly, do what I say.
Exactly.
Respect your elders. You have one apostrophe too many on input type text. Then there you go. Yeah. So I don't know why search ended up in his own line on 67. There you go.
Sorry, master. Oh, I deleted it.
Exactly. So everybody who's watching, it's super stressful, coding in front of other people, and especially in front of me, and then all of y'all. So there we go. Steven is under pressure. Can you change the assert just to match the one like that? You use raw string literals. Can we use that as well? But that doesn't seem like I think that's a mistake because you're not closing the. The form element is not closed.
That's new HTML6. That's default now.
Oh, it probably
it's my
works
HTML.
in the browser.
It's my proposal.
Yeah.
It's my proposal.
No, but it probably still works because the browser is very forgiving.
So.
But yeah.
There. Off you go. Isn't it beautiful? So many colors. I like it. Okay.
So I think
this
that's very explicit. People should be able to figure that out.
Yeah, now we have to make it work for here. Basically, I just have to copy paste this bit here. And then just change it a bit, and then we're good to go. That's a bit too much. I don't need this.
I need to close the method though. The fact.
No. So, god damn it, I have a different keyboard right now. It's not my real one. Real one? What do you call that? Like my main one, obviously.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. So yeah, we need to wrap that in the special text element from Blazor, because there can only be a single root element in
how was it
Eraser.
again? I forgot it.
Text, just a element called text, yeah, and then maybe do a new line thing. Yeah, there you go. Yes, excellent. And close out the method and change the arrange, act, assert, all of that. And you want to copy the other one and update the method names? test methods.
Yes, master.
Yes.
Yes, let it flow. Public void. That's nice. It worked.
Yeah, it's not called my component, but other than that,
That's true. And this one is not needed because we have the form element. But
yeah, exactly.
Besides that, yes, that's why does it call it? Wait, did I? No, I adapted the names. Huh.
Yeah, but
Well-
but not in the Blazor examples. There we go.
Perfect.
All right.
Look
So,
at
I
this.
think that's pretty clear. What's going on?
Okay. Nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So we have this one. Shall we go from the start again?
Sure. Okay. Let's see. Setting the render mode can be done via the method when writing in C# file in a C# file. Maybe after that, let's say I want to. Maybe after that period there, we should probably say in a Razor file you can use the add. What it was called add
Wait.
the add the render mode directive. Yeah. Yeah. What happened?
So because I'm at basically my spare office, I have a different keyboard. So that's
I
basically
see.
this one.
Yeah.
And normally, which is funny, I have another one here. This is what I normally use. And because this is US layout and this is German Swiss layout. Some buttons are like, for example, you can see. I'm not sure if you can see it here. Parentheses are on 9, but they are really on 8. So I always mistype myself because even though I know exactly where they are, it's a new keyboard to me, and everything is different. And I
I understand. It's all in the fingers.
Okay. Yeah, I fat fingered the shit out of it. So in a Razor file, use the
add render mode directive.
What did it do here? Wait, there's so much
I
going
think
on here.
I think it's no. You're in the middle. It's fine.
Now I know what I pressed wrong here.
The add sign. You want to say put the add sign?
Yeah, all right. I had to
Render
look for
mode.
it.
Yeah, directive. Period. And then you can say the both as instead of saying the set assign render mode method, you can say both takes, because both of them takes the I component render mode as input. And then delete the you already have, just delete the down to the
Both
takes.
take
Or takes.
both, it's plural.
Yeah, you're right.
Both take
Both take the take.
Stop that! Both
Yeah.
take.
Both take and
Oh.
yeah, there we go. Object as a parameter.
Oh.
Normally this is one of the following. I think just remove types. One of the following. No, you probably no. They are actually types. That's right. Never mind. For ease of use, the class defines all three instances of all three.
Wait, for ease of use. That sounds very stupid.
No, but it made sense more. The class. So use the render mode class defines all three of them.
Yeah.
I think we don't need, like, people, if they're using that, if they're using render modes
I'm
in
so
the
stupid,
components,
I
they
was
already
correct.
know. Yeah. If
No. The verb is here. I was just. So then we have our beautiful examples. They are molten over time. That's why they are perfect, and they will never ever be touched again.
better, yeah.
Basically,
Okay.
we can also go here. To be honest, I feel like that's more readable. Let's make that space here. No one cares in which folder I am right now, anyhow.
You
So-
can, yeah, that's fine. We have something behind our head, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow this one is now obsolete.
Yeah, I think so. I think we sort of made it clear what we are impacting now. We can remove that comment there. Okay, next one. Setting the renderer info for a component on the test. Maybe just say setting the renderer info during testing. What do you think about that?
That's
Yeah.
That's GitHub
To
Copilot
set
approved.
Yeah, exactly. That's always a good sign. To set the renderer info property. I think we want to highlight that the renderer. So it's both the name of the type and it is the properties on component base. Right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Property.
Wait.
Or rather, maybe let's.
Wait. Oh, I did not. I'm a donkey.
Okay, so actually, let's use this to control the. You can just write component-based.property info. Property during testing. Use the yada yada set renderer info method on the test context class. The set renderer info method takes an optional renderer info object as a parameter.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
I don't think we allow this. Do we?
I think so.
Why aren't you showing me everything? Okay, sorry. Yes, you're right. Yes. Good, thank you. You can continue.
Yep.
I was just having thoughts.
Thoughts are good, as long as they're not bad thoughts. Yeah. So I am contemplating whether we should take method takes an optional, because it's not optional in a sense that it's not optional, it's nullable. Right. Optional means you can pass it in or not pass it in. But if the argument is always required, but you have to decide whether to pass null or not null.
You are right.
Component might check if interactivity. So maybe just instead of if you add a new line before the a component might check, and let's just.
It's markdown. I don't like that.
Yeah. So no, but it's I want to add some a bit more. So the set renderer info method takes a nullable renderer info object as a parameter, passing in null. No, I think that's obvious. So yeah, okay. Actually, you can just make it explicit. It doesn't hurt. So passing in null means sets the component-based renderer info property to null. Yeah, sure, why not? And then I think we need to just basically have the same format as we have above, where we have a test component and maybe just pull the one from. Yeah, actually, probably want to. Is it the one from Microsoft documentation as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are you sure?
I shamelessly stole all the stuff I thought.
Oh, okay. I think I would probably actually, just to be annoying, I probably want to use the one. No. Actually, that one might actually be quite okay to use.
I like that more because it's exactly so. If you press that link here on the top where it explains those render modes, it's you have like this factor where you can see I saw that stuff again.
But I think click. They had two examples though. I was wondering if the other one was more illustrative in terms of the one above, the one above it. There you go. No, not too far up. Just right there. Yeah. So I was wondering if that was easier to understand if we have the two tests, one, with it set and not set. I don't know.
I find both quite easy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think this is
think
more. I mean, they are both real life examples. You could argue. I have no idea.
No, but probably let's just stick with the button example. That's fine. So yeah, basically let's do the same thing we did with two versions, a C# file and a Razor file version, and two
Would there be a difference?
two tests. Yeah.
Or would there be a difference? How? Because you called it from test context space in the first place. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand this in the first example because you can achieve the same thing two different ways.
Yeah, no,
but
you're right.
It's the same way.
Probably it's going to be the same. No, it wouldn't be different. I would just remove the just call it C# because syntax highlighting works better, and just remove the add inherit and add code, and just have the fact method directly.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Then it's
so we don't.
Then it doesn't matter. You're right.
Yeah. And then I think we want two tests. One where we. So I guess the example we have doesn't include. I have not set it. I've set it to null, right?
Come again.
So if you go up at the component on a test, it just has it assumes that renderer info is not null.
Yes.
And I think it's good that we highlight that it might be null. It might, because it's null by default in bUnit if you don't specify one, right?
Oh, you are right. And maybe the other one is better. The other example is really better, huh?
At least, because well, you can always do the question mark. Yeah, something like that, right? I don't.
It's not set. In this sense, it makes more sense to say, okay, if no render info is around, then just probably you don't want to have interactivity. Probably.
Yeah, but then so I think what annoys me a bit is that it's like negated. So renderer info is interactive. So I don't want the negation because it's hard to read, right? So
yes,
I would remove that, and then I would say I think. And the reason why they do it like that is because disabled true means disable this thing if it's not interactive, and that's what we want to write. But it's a bit hard to read. Now that we made it even harder because we make it nullable.
Always
right?
do something like that. That you say, okay, can click send button, which is, it's having something here. At least I don't know if it's much better if you say like that. Okay.
No, not really.
Okay.
No, I don't think so because it's still negated. So I think we do another example where we don't use disabled.
Yeah, well, that would be the other example.
Yeah, from Microsoft.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then they have it negated there, even so, but.
We can just do it the other way around.
Yeah, I'm just and you can add a question mark to it as well, saying, "Hey, it might not be set." And then you have to do the question mark, or you can also actually just write equals true, right? Because
nullable types.
Yeah.
And you can say connecting.
Yeah. Or loading, or I'm fine with whatever you have right there. Yes.
Steven!
That razor?
Oh, damn it. I didn't do this in the top component.
Yeah.
You are so good.
Maybe let's see. Change the instead of the so you said have it to .html the code type. Just change it to razor, slightly up. There we go. No, yeah.
It was originally razor. I changed it here.
Yeah.
Good measures. Okay. That worked quite well. Exactly. So I'm your assistant connecting or loading. You said let's take loading. It does not really matter. Then we say here is interactive true. So this one doesn't make any sense anymore. So we can just say here could find the p element markup matches. That is absolutely true. I like that.
It's a code.
Skull.
Yeah, skull.
Wait, I have to. But didn't you show me earlier how you relabel your cats?
Exactly. I don't want us to be tagged for adult themed streaming, so I wanted to show that it's product placement. Yeah. I have no idea. Probably not. I don't think we have viewers enough for that to happen.
Okay. And I said here, hi, I'm your assistant. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks quite nice.
I think let's skip the find and just do cut.markup matches because it doesn't.
You're absolutely right. We need the third example. We need we set it to null.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
you're right.
Here we could also write set under info. Yeah, no server or ich bin so dumb.
It's not really the same though, because.
Yeah. True.
So
it is example, yes, not generally speaking.
Can you do the named parameters on renderer info so it just doesn't say false, but it says I think the type property name is interactive or something like that, right? Colon.
Wait.
You can't navigate to that one.
If I'm right, first try. I get your Coke.
Mm-hmm. Is interactive.
I get
well
you
done,
Coke.
sir. Yeah.
Maybe
Pepsi,
I
could also do it for. Yeah, maybe also do it for the other one, because it's a string and. Yeah, there you go.
Does that work with primary constructors?
It does. It's
I
just
never
a
did
method.
this. Okay. If you say so, I trust you.
I do.
Amazing. I don't use them much, so I have not really a feeling for them.
Oh, I use primary constructors quite a bit actually. I think like that. I found in a project, a Blazor project actually I'm working on, that there's a lot of examples of classes where the only thing the constructor does is assign the input arguments to private fields. And
yeah.
That so you save all the lines from the constructor by just having them directly. So the only slight difference, which is annoying honestly, is that now if you had read-only private fields before, now you have them. But it's usually there's what happens instead is that there's an analyzer that basically warns you if you're changing them. So yeah, it's not a big deal honestly.
I also think like it depends a bit on the majority of the team. It also depends whether or not you're creating public API or like for product. For product, you can also. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I feel like those.
Yeah,
I
usually
never came across the issue in 13 years of work experience in .NET. I never came. That doesn't mean the problem doesn't exist. I don't want to say that. I just because I only work for products. I don't like internal products for companies like banks, insurance, and whatnot. I never came across one time that issue that someone assigned something from dependency injection. But that doesn't mean it's not existing, the problem. It's just my personal thought.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, it's but for example in bUnit, even though we have nullability enabled on our projects and in our compiler, if we have a public method, there's no guarantee that isn't going to be passed null into an argument. And in that case, you want to have an explicit constructor where you can actually do validation and check that it's not null before you go forward, right? So yeah, but for I agree. Like different rules apply if you're building libraries versus if you're building products or a code where the compiler can validate your nullability for all parties involved. So yeah. All right. So we have 1, 2. Do we have 3 methods now? One where it's null, one where it's
no. Oh wait, enable button. Also, those tests don't make sense anymore. Let's call it interactive renderer info.
Interactive render. Interactive. Oh, it's static. That's static server. Maybe it's actually simulating interactive rendering with that's pre-rendering during Blazor static
Should we call it like
Blazor
that?
interactive server.
Simulating pre-rendering on Blazor server.
Yeah, excellent, good choice. No, it's right because it would say server, but it would be is interactive false.
Site rendering.
Yeah.
Okay, and then then we have. What is the last one? Because even on SSR, isn't that thing set, or is it not set? I do not know anymore.
No,
Is it?
I
It's really not set.
I don't think so. But I think I might have Blazor app 6. Maybe that's the one I had my sample stuff in it. Let me see.
I would like to call my production apps like that. Console app 2, console app 3.
They all go in the
Always
same
weird
folder.
business terms. And, imagine the games. Console app 1, 2, 3. Library.
I think if you go and look at the code, I think we have a test that basically does that thing that it does. Renderer info mode. But no, I don't know what it would be. I think it's just no.
No. We even throw an exception. Wait, is this test we're doing here? Is this valid? Can this happen? Because if we access that thing, it is throwing an exception. This is not a valid case. I'm not sure why we set this to not. Wait. As far as I remember, component base, yes? Component base renderer info is from the render handle. And if you go there, if this okay, sorry. It's just not if the renderer is not initialized. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, it's totally
yes,
fine.
but yeah, it only throws if somebody accesses that method, right?
Yeah.
So well, let's just okay. Stealing screen stolen. All right, let's just test it out, right? So I believe actually I don't know what this is, so let's just close solution. I say close solution. Damn it. There we go. And create a new project. So Blazor web app.
That was me.
It's gonna be Blazor web app 7. Sure, short term, global, all the interactive things we can do. So it's basically it's global server with it's interactive server with pre-rendering, right? Now, if we go to just the home page and we do add renderer info dot name, let's put it into a p tag, right? And we have is interactive, and let's do this thing.
Yes. Yeah. What you doing?
I am just trying to. Yeah, I know.
The gold plating is real.
Hey, shut up, man.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate the attention to detail,
What?
will you?
I didn't say it's something bad. That's
no.
I never
no,
say that. I never ever said that.
I felt so now I actually have to
I'm
go play.
very
all the way.
proud of you. No, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
I love you, man.
Let's do live reload stuff. Okay. All right. So to be able to see the pre-rendering thingy here, let's see. We want to go to network. We want to say I want to see docs, and we do a refresh. We see localhost. So, and
this is set. So the renderer info object is set.
Yeah. So static and false would be simulating pre-rendering. So we want to type static in here. Let me zoom in. So this is this is pre-rendering during Blazor server. And over here, let's do this. This is then server and true. Right. All right. Going back to your screen.
Yes, I already did this. But can we do another one?
What
happens if you so not pre-rendering, just SSR without any interactivity? What do we get there? It's server and is interactive as false.
Say again.
So if you have SSR without any interactivity enabled, the routes don't have interactivity, the head outlet doesn't have interactivity. What do we get there?
I see. Let's.
Okay, I'm just wondering when is there a point where the renderer info property is null? I'm curious.
Let's figure it out. See if it ever becomes null. Actually, Blazor server. So we don't have.
Is there an
interactive? No interactive mode. Sample pages. Nothing goes on. Alright. And components, pages, homes. And now let's do that would be renderer info. Oh, need to have an @ sign in front of that and not be dot name, and then we have,
because also your IDE isn't complaining that it might be nullable, so I'm not sure why we allow it. I'm a bit curious.
Yeah, I think the reason why we allow it is, or rather we don't allow it, but we don't want it to be set by default, right? Because like if users actually have a component where they're using this, right? If they don't like, so what we do in the test is that if they don't access the renderer info type, we don't throw an exception. So existing tests will not have to make a decision and provide a renderer info. They can keep, like, they can upgrade to the 9, and if their components never touch renderer info, their test will keep running as they were. But if they start having components that use this thing, then they would have to tell us what we should be showing to the component.
No, yeah, I guess if you switch back to my screen, that's the only explanation, and I'm just not sure why this is nullable in the first place. I mean, I understand that the user, so someone who uses bUnit, do we ever see the need that someone passes in null here? That you come from the null point of view, yes, absolutely, because you will get this one with our exception where you with detailed descriptions what to do. Fair enough, but is there any use case where I pass in a null here? But I guess we cannot do much. Huh? It's just a signature. It's nothing. We can
so So we could just change it. So I think passing in, like, people, if they want to reset it back to the I've just newed up a test context state, then that is, they would pass in null. I don't have a strong feeling either way. We could decide to.
I think there's not that much we can do in the sense of just the base class is defined like that, and I feel awkward just to change the nullability or annotations of the base class. That we overwrite the nullability annotations. Yeah. The option I see is like, hey,
well, I don't want to throw, like, if people want to set it to null, then during rendering it will throw, and they will decide what to do about it. Or so it could also be that, I don't know, maybe they use it to basically ensure that, like, maybe they have a weird rule in their business that they are not allowed to use renderer info. So basically having it set to null means that it will throw if they actually use it.
It's an absolute garbage. So
that doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. Agreed.
Okay. And then also this one, I mean, setting it explicitly to null to get an exception. We can put a hint, so we can also say, like, or note if you want.
But I think the simulating client-side rendering might be, instead of having that, I would rather have it say, if you scroll up, I should say static. Then you could say, well, maybe simulate pre-rendering on Blazor server. Then it's simulating interactive server rendering, which is then just server and true, because then it's like the duality between the two, and then people can probably interpret.
I like that. Yes.
That's not going to be a WebAssembly will always be interactive, right? So I think that covers our basis.
I'm just thinking of something like, shall we put in something like that? So if a component under test uses
Yeah.
but property blah, 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 which isn't set.
No, because isn't set is another thing. But you want to say something like if a component under test uses the component-based rendering for property,
exactly.
and the set renderer info on test context hasn't been called, bUnit will throw an exception.
So because you can basically also put in a null object, which so just calling it will not do the do the trick.
Yeah. Yes. So maybe just instead of calling it test context base, I know it's the correct place, but people don't use test context base.
And we will, it's in V2. It's anyway gone. So maybe we should try to align the naming. But yes, you're right. It's convoluting. Okay, that's set.
Yeah. So should we ask ChatGPT to suggest grammatic improvements to the text now that we agree on the content?
When there's code in the middle.
Oh yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, you can just go to if you have Copilot installed in your editor. I don't know if you have that. Just if I don't know, ask it to improve the.
Because sometimes I feel like he shifts then to the U form, and we don't use this. So I want to have a consistency throughout our.
Absolutely, yeah, good point.
And I like, by the way, the Claude Sonnet is also very nice, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Generating. Let's see. Can GitHub Copilot convince us? Can it publicly shame my English skills? Spoiler, yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, exactly. No, so originally when I wrote the documentation, it took a couple of months to actually get it done. I didn't code anything for 2 months or something like that in the summer in 2021, I believe. The nice guys from Pact Publishing, they lent me a senior publisher who was reading through my prose and correcting it. So, yeah, I am in no way better equipped to...
well...
Apparently neither is GitHub Copilot right now.
I feel like his solution is giving me nothing and just calculating, which is also an option. There was this one that's maybe a bit too much, where they learned how to play, was it Tetris? And when a machine thought it will lose, it just paused the game, because pausing the game is still better than losing. Here we go. Look at this.
But is it? It's gone through all the it's gone through all the documents you attached, not just the.
I mean, it's also fair. If
and now it's sort of.
Okay, you know what? I will just improve.
Take the text parts of it.
The grammar of the selected file, and maybe something which doesn't take years. So. Oh boy! Look at this. Here's my plan. Nice. Awesome. You didn't. Oh no. I have to scroll. I mean, what I can do is I can make a commit and then just relook at the diff.
Yeah, exactly. Do a reap commit.
Still doing. Oh, look at this. So, let's take the content. Let's put it here, and it's.
it did what it said. Not to.
Okay, that's on me. That is absolutely. We can go through line by line. It is absolutely on me. Well, I told him, so it is fair.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, it's
So,
okay.
render modes in Blazor web apps determine the hosting model and interactivity of components. A render mode can be applied to a component using the render mode directive. The render info allows the application to determine the interactivity and location of the component. It changed the verb. Did it change anything else besides the verb?
Not sure, but actually, do we want to start the introduction by saying, like, we're explaining what the render mode and renderer info is to users of Blazor, but they likely already know that since they're coming and wanting to test that. So does this sentence even
maybe. But what if you go to the documentation because this thing here gets blown into your face? I do not know. I thought, like, why not giving a small context? If fair enough, maybe it's too much.
No, but no, it's fine. But I think the important bit is upfront telling people what is this page going to tell you. It's not going to teach you about that. It's like you want to say we want to start by saying this page covers how to control these bits during testing, and then we can have your paragraph. And so, by the way, I think what we can do in write that sentence. I'll wait. I'll hold my horses.
Oh, does it render mode and render? It is not that bad. To apply.
How to control? How to emulate, simulate? I think it's good to use one of those like.
Emulate, because we don't do simulation. Yeah. If you want to be technically very correct.
Yeah,
technically very correct. And then I screw up the grammar,
Technically very.
How to emulate different render modes. That is not that bad. I take that.
Too bad that Scott couldn't join us today. It would be nice to have a proper speaking English speaking person on the stream. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, so I think what I was trying to say that I almost couldn't hold myself back from saying before was that since we now have a page, we'll have a page on the website, we can go into the exception we throw, and we can add a link in that exception message to this particular page so people can go and learn more. So actually, exceptions have a field called read more in like a property on exceptions, but so it doesn't exist yet, but it will be, I think, the default.
I put it into interaction, so
yeah,
it is basically interaction, and then there is render modes, triggering render section.
Yeah,
so
I think if you
render modes.html at the end.
Yeah, we can skip the HTML. It's actually not needed.
Yeah, that's true, but does it harm? No. Wow.
No, yeah, well, so if at some point we actually change to doing something that's not like HTML pages, but it's something else. Yeah.
PHP.
Yes!
So too late. You hyped me up. Next 500 streams converting everything to PHP. No, but you're right. Yes. Let's. But it's fine if I take this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess you were supposed to be able to spin it up in your workspace thingy so we can double check that it actually is the URL, right?
I have too many. Yeah, put this here. Put here.
I'm gonna jump us over to the other
Space
side.
Pancake. Ah, no, it was this one. Friendly Invention.
Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah, you can have it do its thing and spin up in the background while we keep working on the other one. Yeah.
Le task.
Because the page is going to be the same place.
You know what? Without build, I'm not sure. We don't need the.
It probably won't work.
What? What?
So you want to do a .NET tools install? No.
I don't,
because we have.
No. I don't want to do this. And there's a
sure?
particular reason for that. Yeah, in theory, because there's this one.
Okay, so it should have done that because we have under .config we have a .NET tool restore.
Yes.
We have them specified docfx.
Yeah.
So the command you want to run is not docfx, it's .NET docfx because it's a local tool. So if you go to
Did we
the
change
config,
that?
I changed that because I prefer local tools, because then the repository itself has the information about, because you specify a version, right? So we want to make sure that the version aligns with what our custom docfx site supports. So .NET, yeah, there you go.
I just have to fix that locally as well.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you about that.
No, but let's see, without build. That looks better. That looks better.
Yep. All right.
While it's doing its thing, yeah. Good.
Yep. Great.
No. Exit code.
Because there's warnings.
No,
So
it's okay.
probably
It's
just
not
run
found.
it again.
No. This one's not good.
It's not happening. So it's tried. So
no,
I think
because
there
I'm
might
an
be one
idiot.
more
No,
place.
I'm an idiot. I told multiple times today. I'm
Hmm.
in the shape of my life here. No, I'm not an idiot, but I could have, read the whole line, and then there wouldn't be a problem.
I try to teach my kids that you're not an idiot, but you can do idiotic things, right? So it's like people can do bad stuff, but they are not necessarily bad. Well, some people are generally just bad, but that's a different story. You are not one of those, Stephen. You just do bad stuff once in a while, or idiotic things, like we all do, right? But you have a good heart, my friend. Right?
That's true.
It comes from a good
It's
place.
increased in size even because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Christmas time and all that.
Yeah.
Or whatever deity's holiday you adhere to. It's up,
Look at this. So, documentation. This is the old version now. I didn't push my stuff.
No, that's fine.
forward,
It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We just want to double check the UL.
Render mode.
Didn't.
No, it works.
Oh yeah, maybe
All
we
good.
should call it support for render modes and render. Just call it maybe the so you can see the title is fairly long, and that's based on the YAML bits up at the top of the Markdown file. So maybe we call that render modes and render info, something like that. So that one, yeah. And then write renderer info as a, but not with the code ticks or whatever we call that. Like just have it as a, and remove the remove the space between the two. There you go. Yeps. All right, but the important bit was the. Never mind.
Good.
Excellent. So, and now we have the UL. That was what we were after. So we can go and update the exception message that we will be throwing.
Didn't I put it somewhere in my... No, it didn't.
No, you just have it open still. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I just want to have the domain and stuff, like
Yeah.
the unit. And then is it with docs or without docs? Here in this mode. It is with docs. Okay, so I was technically not that bad. So render mode. So.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Then let's proceed to go to the missing. Exactly. Let's close this for the time being.
And you can, in the constructor, you can...
Good that we called this out. I like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in the constructor, line 31 between there, you can go and say, you can set the property, I think there's a company called URL, I can't remember. That's a base property on exception.
I thought it's only for diagnostics.
Might as well. It's called it's called help UL. Yeah, so there's a property called help UL you can just assign. Help link. Sorry. Yes. So you can just assign that in the constructor.
I wanted to override it. before. Okay, but yeah, we can
Oh,
also do this.
there's no need. I think it's help link, not help UL.
Off you go. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think we also added to the message though, just at the end of the go to, new line, go to. No, you don't have to do that. It's going to be a string, so I think it's fine. Yeah, maybe add an additional white space, a new line below, above. There you go. Exactly.
Well,
Yep,
I
I'm happy.
could read you. I totally read your mind. Like,
Yeah.
108%. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are we satisfied?
We are.
Okay. And then I would like.
Yeah. You want to do the squashing up on the back, the GitHub?
Not
Oh yeah,
sure.
probably rebase on main as well, because changes have happened there.
Let me just go back few.
Oh,
squash me.
even
That
better.
sounds
Yeah.
Good. Squash. I mean, basically everything we did was docs. So it is
Yeah.
part of this big commit. Okay.
I like that. Yep.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. I will push this before I do anything else. Before I screw up
Yeah.
royally with the rebase. Is fine for you?
Yep. Good idea.
I'm thinking while I'm at
Go
it.
back
but
to
maybe-
go back to the workspace and just have it do its thing over there again. So we generate the site and
Oh,
just
yeah.
have a look and how it looks, for reals.
Can I? What is? It's doing something.
Yeah, it's probably pulling because you pushed.
No, it's disconnecting. Ah.
Oh.
I know what.
Look at all the Git flair you have. It just flows right out of you.
This is, that's the problem, and it
Yeah.
tells also a story. If you know why, how to reset certain things, then you know that I
Oh no!
did
I
things.
think it's
I did
very
things.
much part of every good developer's
Yes,
workflow. I
of
know
course.
is that they use Git very actively and rewrite the Git history. There's nothing worse than getting like 20 does it work question mark commits.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, people need to learn basic
And
Git hygiene, cleaning up.
And then you
history and all
always,
of that.
with every new team, with every new project you go in, there's always this discussion between merge and rebase. And unfortunately, I am camp rebase, which is, I guess, the rarer side.
No, actually, I like that as well. But there are certain, like we have in our flow in bUnit, we want to go back and, like when we are merging in a release branch into the stable branch, we do a merge commit because otherwise conflicts and all of that later.
This is also fine. For me, it's more like if you're on a feature branch and you want to get the latest development branch in, I'm just a big fan of rebasing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't
look
want
at
my
this
feature
beauty.
branches littered with chef's kiss and all that.
Amazing. I just scroll very, slowly through, and we can just.
Oh, yeah. Looks
Looks
right.
Good, looks good. What is? Maybe I should also break this, huh?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm in Zoom mode. If I would go out,
I think it's
fine,
it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah. I think it gets a bit weird on a separate line because there's no other parameters. I think it's fine.
Okay,
I think it's very clear.
setting. Just let me check something before I continue. This is external. Does this work? Yes. Amazing. Otherwise, our build pipeline would say bye-bye. And I want to, catch this as early as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need this one anymore. There was.
That's true.
I feel like.
Yeah.
this is a bit-
Let's slightly. Yep.
Looks good. Looks good. Is interactive. This looks also good. I am in a confident state here, I have to say.
Me too. Let's go. Let's get that merged.
Let's
Release
start-
before Christmas and all that.
because all I want for Christmas is version V137 for bUnit.
Oh, I was
36.
afraid you were going to say all I want for Christmas is bug reports from unhappy users, which might also be what you get.
Yeah, it might be.
So-
it might be. Before we do this, we could also update all the things, but you know.
Should we just merge in the one first and then go? And I think it's the same fix for all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we also have that from Simon Kropp, the
Oh, yeah.
remove
Yeah, we can
static
also
users
merge
of
this in, to be honest.
Yeah. That's fine. Forgot about that.
Sitting there, it's all green.
Yeah.
I will merge it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to double check the commit message if that's because he might not be following our so just
it would be a
rewrite that.
refactor, but we can exactly.
Yeah.
We can just. How do we rewrite this? I know if I squash
Oh,
it,
you
give
just-
it a
you-
new name.
Yeah, just you can just do a squash because squash and that's a single one, it doesn't matter. So
Why
just
is
do a
it
squash
locked?
and
I think it's this typical. I mean, I can just do this if you want.
yeah,
if
just
you're-
do that.
If you're
I think
fine
it's
with it. Okay.
no, I'm fine. Yeah, just do that and then do a refactor. Yeah.
Amazing.
Mhm.
That's out of the way. And here the big one is this one. What? No, that's not. I was like
It's not
25 commits. That didn't look. That didn't look good. Oh.
No.
Oh. Here? It didn't even run, huh?
I
it
think
didn't
it's
even run. No. Create nugget is a NuGet is.
Oh, so apparently we have different. We have a mix of white space characters.
Okay, 23, but 23 is just a bit. Ah, no.
So you probably add some. You used a spacebar. I don't know.
Ah, shit. Yeah. This is this typical. I'm so.
No, it's no.
No. There is wait. There is this. Can I? Here. Let me just copy paste this.
Yeah. I think you can something in VS Code. You can have it show white space characters, so it'll show you where.
I have it here now. And sometimes. So on Mac you have the command button here, and you can press spacebar, and this leads to a different white space character. I'm not sure if it's this one.
No, I think just you go to Visual Studio, no, go VS Code, and just show white space characters. I think that's a command for that. Probably. I guess not.
How do you do that? Show super types. View here. Wait, problems? Yeah, problems. I have a
No,
problem.
No, I think that would be on the appearance ish
Appearance. Where's appearance on file?
on the
Edit?
view.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, you're so good. Here, render white spaces. Did you mean
Yes,
this one?
there we go. Yeah, I think. Here we go.
And now we have to find the one which is.
Didn't it say a
It
line
says
number?
length 23. This one. So if I go, wait, let me just. Otherwise, there's streamception. It tells me here 23. Line contains different white spaces than the closing line of the raw string literal.
Oh, so the closing line of the raw string little is line 31.
Because of this one? Yeah, exactly. And here's a tab more. Maybe this is the problem. So
No, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty certain that this will fix it. But you know
Yeah.
what?
But I think we want to
Should we
make
look?
sure.
So stupid.
So yeah, I think yeah, if there were an indentation in. Oh no, hang
Check
on.
this
There's
one.
tab. There's also tab characters. Yeah. So I think the 0 point column wise for a raw string literal is where in on line 31 where the string literal ends. So anything we have from that one and out towards the end doesn't matter. But if you have, I think, yeah, as you have, basically you want to have them there, right? So those characters doesn't really matter. It's I think.
Okay. Wait, but they have to at least align until here. That's for sure.
Yes,
Maybe
yeah.
also this
So
one.
because the string will be like when the string is rendered, the left 0
Yeah.
index will be at the start of the
Yeah,
the start
that looks
of the
better. It compiles more.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
This is
compiles more.
core, so, we are above core, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Or under core? I don't know how you call that. Below core, the dependency, it's so 3 arrows.
Fill with 3 arrows. All right. Let's see what's up.
Asset file, generators. I'm pretty certain this is unrelated. Let me do this again.
Maybe do what's it called? A no restore.
Nope.
Mm.
But to be honest, this is generators, so it's fair
Yeah.
if it's not working. But the important bit is this one. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, I mean that you also. Yeah.
And Windows didn't care. It's still running, or it's just not gotten to that point yet where it actually. No.
Windows really doesn't. Oh no! It was like, how
it
can
was
Windows
cancelled.
not care? I was for
Yeah,
a short second, was like, how is it working? Why is it
Yeah.
not fair?
Well, it wasn't.
Anyhow, let's get this done, and then we can basically make a new release and celebrate all
Yeah.
the .NET.
Well, let's get all the other things merged in. Do you want to do that? Like switch to
Yeah,
the
that's-
main branch and just do the updates for all the packages.
I know what. Packages props. Maybe I need a bit more than a terminal. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm good, but not that good. We can do this manually. So we have
Yeah, I think that might be easier.
28.1. That would be the 4. Then we have docfx, which should be somewhere else. Exactly.
It's in the config file. The
I
.config.
just want to do the other things first. 40.
Yeah.
What was it? Dot 40 is 42.
Mm.
Then we have. It doesn't even tell you the version. Nice. Why? 9. Okay, maybe I should do this
Yeah,
with writer.
have a look at the file. No, like try looking at the file change, in the diff for the PR, because it's probably in changing. Yeah, it's messing up our target framework, so we want to ignore that completely.
That's the question. Do we? I guess for .NET 9 we want to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty
But-
certain
but
those
it-
ones are version 11 right now. Where do we have the .NET 9? Look, this is .NET 9 packages, and they can be really upgraded in theory.
Yeah.
Let's have a look
Yeah.
in Writer in a minute.
Mhm.
The what do we have here? This one, system texturation. I would also do it in Writer. So this one is left.
Mhm.
2.0 exactly.
So that one is a bit dangerous if it's a breaking change in it might mess up our website. So I think we actually want to test that out in the. You can actually probably go to, if you go to from the PR for that change, can we go and open up the workspace and have it run the build? Yeah, do the docfx build on that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because I think
Good.
you want to probably do a restore again.
You are
Look at
sure?
tools restore.
Was it not just do.NET Restore?
I think it's .NET Tool restore. Or tools.
You see? No? Tool.
Oh,
You're right.
and it installed the new version.
Very good.
Yeah.
But it's
I know.
installed. Was restored.
Yeah.
So okay. Okay. Meanwhile. How can bUnit not the first place? I'm so sorry. Let's go.
Yeah, clearly you've been slacking off.
So, okay.
Version history.
I wanted to check. We are still on exactly here. This one. Because normally what you can do is, oh no, we are using version 9. Ah, look at this here. This one probably. Yeah, this is stable. Then we had system text JSON. But here I'm not sure if this is such a good idea to bump it. Reason, I mean, so already version 8 it works with .NET Standard, it works with .NET Core 3.1, but basically Microsoft is telling at your own risk. It might break at some point. We cannot guarantee compatibility down the road. So I'm not sure if we go down or up the road and take 9 if we make it worse. But we could also always argue, hey,
it should
be fine.
But shouldn't it tell us during build, like if it's not compatible with the different target frameworks we have? I think then we get that error we see in for most of the things we have.
So yeah, this one here is obviously not fixed. But I can just do it here.
But I think you need to rebase the branch on the main, because you can remember the .NET Tool local changes you made on the other branch.
Yeah, exactly.
They are not there on that one.
It's good enough for now. It's good enough for now. Okay. This one is also. Yeah, you get those messages. You see that? Ah.
Yeah.
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 But it's. I mean, it's fine.
But they are not for the system text JSON one, are they?
That's
like
true.
those messages. Yeah. So
new.
that's why all the PRs are failing because of. Yeah.
I don't think so, because they don't have a number, so there's just a hint. The system text JSON we have quite some time now in version 8, and version 8 is not 100% compatible with .NET Core 3.1. And still everything is running. So
I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine to upgrade. Yeah.
Okay, this one is working. It looks the same here. Oh, thank you. Let's go to here something which is good, where is a bit more text. So this one works.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah, you can also see in the build output. Yeah, the UI seems to be all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That said,
so we can merge that in.
No, wait. I just want to go through. What is it doing? Is this? Oh, yeah. It compiles a lot here. In the meantime, GitHub, bUnit.
I am keeping an eye on the other PR that we were working on today.
Okay,
it's still building.
Perfect. Do we have any
but I think the commits are cleaned up, so I think we can just say auto rebase in.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it should be done. Confirm also rebase, and I'm
then I would say it is. I mean, also writer is, I guess, depends on the target framework I'm setting up here. It's also showing way too much information. 4.11. Wait, is it written? Here. Yeah, there's a new version 4.12. You can already update this if you want for the
code analyzers. Yeah.
Okay. Caching memory. I think we are in a good place now for a 9. Here's the questions here. There should be an 11 or even 12. I got a notification from you.
Yep. It's merged in. It completed.
Amazing. Woo! Was it? Wait. Nice. I don't want to depend on what comes in a week. I was like, hey, here, have another 20,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, no updates here. I mean, this is out of end of life, so there shouldn't be updates. .NET 6 is not end of life. Isn't it end of life? No, it's not. Is it? I thought it is. Apparently, I was wrong.
I think .NET 6 is end of life.
I thought so too.
But I think they're still pushing security updates though. .NET 6.
Yeah, in 5 I don't hear
support. And so .NET 6 ended support in November 12th, 2024. So a little bit ago.
I like the username Dota2 attitude. I really dislike writers' dependency interface management. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, it's fine as long as you don't have multi-targeting frameworks. Well, but yeah, if you are
honestly Visual Studio with multi, and Visual Studio, so you can see what we have here. We have the condition target framework stuff going on. Visual Studio also can't figure that out. So yeah, it's a hard problem, I guess.
Yeah,
but we're also pushing the limit, I guess. So
I mean, the alternative would be we are using the CLI.
Yeah, and there is a few tools there, but still, like, you have to selectively go and update the right things because they don't really consider the conditions.
Visual Studio has the tab that tells you if some of the dependency. The where you can consolidate all the packages. That's true. I'm not sure how Rider does that, or is there any probably it's missing that. So there are a bunch of warnings.
Now, the thing is, when we update the analyzers, right, we have. I guess we don't know that was the polyfill thing, so that we didn't upgrade any analyzers because that might also give us other things we need to consider.
True. So, are you fine with all the changes?
Sure. If it builds and compiles and all of that, yes, then it's fine.
At least locally with 26. I'm a bit worried, but this is all for the end of life framework, and I'm fair with that.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't want to, miss out patches and updates just because of outdated .NET framework.
Yeah. So, but I think we do have something in our CS project saying to ignore that warning.
I think so.
But if you go to the checks, you will see the reason why the pipeline failed for some of these PRs. No, that was validate docs. Hang on. So it might actually be the validate doc step that balks it. Let's see. You're creating a PR for us? Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, sir. I was shortly tempted just to link the current stream.
Yeah, I'm going to close all the 5 PRs, right? Because we're handling them.
Okay? If you want, yes. Normally they get closed automatically.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do it. So we don't have to because as soon as they see things merging in, it'll
I definitely used some more formal pairing. Yes, so we did this even once. I guess we tried it a few times with live share. I wouldn't call it pair programming what we did. To some extent it was, but not in the classical TDD driven thing where you really have a driver and a co-driver and someone telling you what's going on.
I would love to. I would love to try the more formal where somebody like the one on the keyboard doesn't really. I guess like do tell us more, because my sense is the one on the keyboard is mostly just there to do what the other one tells them to do.
I hope not.
But I do find it effective to have a conversation and normally like.
Because then the only thing you do is, yes, the code itself is written a bit differently, but what the code should express is still only one person's opinion.
Yeah, in my
that's my
experience, like no, but I think the value from pair programming is also the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. I like it. I mean,
yeah. So
last time I did this. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So no, I was about to say that we normally, if I have been working together with somebody on a project or with Steven on stream, and we are happy with, we don't necessarily always. Sometimes we just like if two of us has been working together on a thing, pair programming, we just push directly to main because like the review has already happened. It happened during the programming session. Now I think I want to caveat that with we probably, like in this particular case, we push it to a branch just because we have so many tests and so many variants of running in Windows, Linux, and so there might sometimes be things where we wanted to make sure that it can run through our CI pipeline before we merge it into main. So yeah. So let's see here. So he says the general format is OpenAPI. Oh yeah, right. So disagreements are handled differently. If the driver disagrees strongly with the direction, you stop and decide on that. And what else? Yeah, so actually Martin Fowler had an interesting article a while back about Martin Fowler, what's it called? Continuous integration. Because the word, let's see if I can find that article. Here we go. Let me put you guys over here and share my screen. So he has a very long article, and if you want to optimize your workflow company-wise, I highly recommend reading this, because what you do open source-wise, which he talks about, that is pull requests or style integration. Continuous delivery means that you are constantly pushing to the mainline branch, whatever that is. In our case, it would be main branch. Like you don't use feature branches and collect up a bunch of work and then you have a review for it and then you merge that in. Like continuous integrations literally means continuously integrate with whatever mainline branch you have with trunk, right? That's another way of phrasing it that I don't think many people use, but trunk is sort of the front of the
if you come from the SVN kind of things, then I guess it's
so that is the actual meaning of continuous integration. But GitHub and open source have taught us to use the pull request model, where you create a feature branch, you do the work, you submit a pull request, and somebody asynchronously sits at their own computer and looks through your code. I find it very ineffective compared to, like, if you are actually solving a problem that is hard code-wise, where you would benefit from having two people look at the code and judge whether or not it's done right and it solves the problem it needs to, like if it's a complex business problem, you're going to have much more effective use of both people's time if they're sitting together coding on that together. Because, like, there is, when you're sitting and coding and thinking about a problem, you are going to try a whole bunch of things that doesn't work, right? If it's hard, and then you end up with something that does work, but the reviewer doesn't see all the I went to that direction, that didn't work, or like all the things, or they're not part of a discussion. So if you want to allow somebody to do a code review after the fact, you have to spend a lot of time writing down all your thoughts or explaining exactly why you ended up on that particular thing, right, with that solution. So I find it much more effective to actually have two people sit and brainstorm and work together on a problem and solve it, and then push directly to main branch. Now, if we are in an open source context, using pull requests, using feature branches make complete sense, because what he also talks about, and I can publish the link to the thing in the chat. What he also talks about is that it's a trust thing. So if you trust your colleagues on your team to merge directly or push directly to the mainline branch, and you have the right CI stuff in place, like the test, quality gates that will break the build if they push something that doesn't work, well, then you're likely going to be much more effective. You don't have that asynchronous communication over pull requests where people have to sit and wait for somebody to approve them before they can move on to the next thing, right? But if you don't have trust, and that's particularly something that happens in open source, like we get pull requests once in a while, Stephen and I, on bUnit, and we don't want random folks on the net just pushing directly to main for bUnit because that's going to mess us up, right? We don't know them. We don't have trust in their capabilities. So we do have that asynchronous review process with pull requests. So that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, I guess I was triggered. I do want to, and if you have Dota 2 attitude, if you have good,
just not sure if this is meant as an insult to the Dota 2 community, because they are quite salty.
Yeah.
I heard. I mean, I know League of Legends, and it wasn't
no,
better.
yeah. But if you do have any recommended reading for doing like I would love some more inspiration of doing pair programming, right? Improving that technique, because I think it's very valuable to do pair programming, but I certainly expect I could be better at it, right? So if you have any recommendations, I would love to.
I also feel like there's a lot of nuance to pair programming. So in one of my former companies, we did this very extensively, and at times I felt it was very, very, very annoying. And the reason was that even though you did simple features, which you did like 3 times before, you still, did this together. And I felt it was a waste of time, personally. Yeah. Maybe it was because I was in the wrong mindset. Maybe we did this wrong. There are many, many reasons. I don't want to say, that
no,
pair programming was at fault. Not at all. But I feel personally for myself, there are scenarios where I just like to do this stuff on my own. POCs would be another reason or spiking small solutions, which I have in my mind. I don't know. It could be that I have to scrap half of this and only share my learnings at the end. And I'm not sure if I need a second or even more person if you go into the direction of mob programming.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it very much depends on the problem. It also depends on the persons who are pairing up or mobbing up together, because I have some colleagues who would like to just sit by themselves and don't want to move at their own pace, either faster or slower than me, and don't like to have me constantly talking, and disturbing their thoughts, right? So people are different, right? But I do find that the overhead of the classic open source pull request review cycle that seems to be applied to companies' internal teams isn't effective in many cases. Like, either the person have agreed with, if you agreed with a colleague, I'm going to build this, and it's not complex enough that somebody needs to look it over. You just build it to your best of your abilities and you merge it into main and you're done, right? And it's fine if somebody else comes in later and say, oh, I want to fix some things, or you refactor code a bit or change some things, like fix things along the way, right? I think that's a preferred approach compared to building something hard, complex, something with business, complex business stuff or just complex code. And then at the end of the day, you submit that pull request and wait for somebody to show up in the PR and review it asynchronously. Then I think the fallback would always be to jump on a call with them and actually go through the code together so you can have a live discussion, because writing a comment in DevOps or GitHub and saying, I don't like this and I don't like that and change this and shouldn't this be that, and and then the reviewer sits and wait for the the offer of the PR to come back and answer the questions and back and forth and back and forth.
Horrible
right?
ping pong
It's
game.
so it's so ineffective, but that's what we use for open source because people are, on their own time zones, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I just merged the upgrade PR because everything was green.
yeah, awesome.
That's it. We could make a release. We are basically, I don't know.
I think so.
It's also
let's do that.
there's nothing open,
Let's,
no?
yeah.
Oh, I like this, by the way. We hop on calls the second there's more than... Yeah, exactly. Just avoid messages.
Exactly.
Because they are just a pool of misunderstanding. So, as always, let's go to actions. Let's Steven click the wrong buttons here. Prepare release. No, we want to have a release. And we want to call that on main. And we want to press the button. While we are waiting, I guess we are also soon, at least for me, fading to the end of the stream. It's
you want to run prepare release? Did you do that, or did you run release?
I always do it wrong. Always,
I don't think it doesn't want to do anything. Yeah, so at least it's the workflows are set up so that if you run the release workflow from main,
it's good that it's proof to such failure. Yeah, that's what you need.
Yeah,
good CI/CD,
exactly.
which prevents you from such failures.
Yeah.
Anyhow, given that we are soon at the end of our stream, which would also mean I'm not sure if we can make it in 2 or 3 weeks. 2 weeks it would be. I'm not sure if I can make it. Let's see.
Yeah,
if this
maybe
is our
we will
last.
have a New Year's Eve stream, or maybe not. We'll see. Otherwise, we will be absolutely back next year in 2025. Dear God, time flies. But yeah, there we have it.
It's good.
Be careful with the fireworks. Have an excellent Christmas and all of that, right? or whatever kind of.
We did a release for .NET 9. Woo!
We did.
I just want to. Well, we are in the midst of it.
We had done
I
that
hope,
before,
I hope we can push this out until the end of the year. I hope we can do this in the next 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it should be fine. It should be on its way. So yeah, Steven, if we don't see each other before Christmas and New Year's, have an excellent holiday and New Year's Eve and all of that. And
as always,
everybody,
I liked it.
You too, man. You too. And everybody else, thank you very much for coding with us. Have a great New Year's and Christmas as well. Yeah.
Stay safe.
And we will see you in the new year at the very least. Bye-bye.